Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing about some of the foundational principles of productivity. The principles that are very important and key to us but have been majorly overlooked whenever we talk about productivity. So the first principle is quality versus quantity. Maximizing your productivity is a tricky task. At the one end of the spectrum, you are spending more time in leisure, you are spending more time with friends, you are spending more time on social media, maybe on Netflix, more hanging out, and at the end of the day, you are spoiling your productivity. At the other end of the spectrum is that you are too much engrossed in your productivity, in your timetables, in your to-do list, and you keep on studying, you keep on working hard, and you become a workaholic. This also tends to decrease your productivity because this is going to lead to a burnout. Both these phenomena of productivity are very important to understand. So the first foundational principle is that quality of your productive time is more important than the quantity. It is better to be studying and doing deep work for a couple of hours rather than being very lazy with your work and performing certain tasks over a lengthy period of time, a stretch of time like 4 to 5 hours. At the end of the day, when you evaluate, you are able to accomplish very less in those 4 to 5 hours as compared to what you have accomplished in those 2 to 3 hours of deep work. What's important to understand is that the quality of the task completed is extremely important than the amount of time spent. Understanding this makes everything logical about productivity. So if you want to maximize your productivity, increase the time that you are spending on deep work rather than the quantity of time that you have spent. Obviously, it comes with an adverse effect of guilt because once you complete a task in 1 or 2 hours and you find your peers or your colleagues or the people around you doing or working hard for 4 hours or 5 hours, this ultimately makes you feel guilty that you may not be performing the task as they are performing, or maybe they are working more hard as compared to you, or they are achieving more as compared to you. But what one has to understand is that it is not the amount of time that is important, but the amount of work done in that time, the quality work achieved in that time, that is extremely important. That is why quality is more important than quantity. And once you are finished with your work, just don't hesitate to take a day off. Enjoy yourself to the fullest. Don't be under any sort of pressure or guilt. This is what you have earned for yourself. The second fundamental principle is mastering your time. It doesn't mean being a time junkie or just looking at the schedule and just running after time. What it means that allocating the best part of your day, the best part of your attention to the time or the tasks that are very important for you. Like in the morning hours, you can schedule your calendar for those tasks that require great intellectual activity, that require lots of concentration, and that require lot of analysis and synthesis. Shifting such kind of a task into the morning hours will give you the maximum kind of results. Then in the later half of the day, you can keep those tasks that you can complete at leisure, those tasks that are of level B, you can say, or those tasks that don't require that much of a keen attention or that much of your concentration to get completed. You have to understand one thing: be intentional with your time, especially the one that is away from the books. You can craft a schedule for yourself, or you can craft a time management for yourself that can work for weeks, maybe months, or maybe years. But over a period of time, you're changing nature, or you're changing job, or you're changing profile. You may be a student at one time, you may become an intern at the other point of time, you may be a resident at the third point of time. All of these require different type of scheduling and different type of time management, and different types or different ways in which you manage your attention and the most important tasks. So something which has worked for you today may not be working for you after a couple of years. So you need to be very creative about this, and you need to be creating an awareness. You need to be creating schedules with aware time management strategies. The third fundamental principle is being ruthless with your distractions. An important part of productivity is being ruthless with any sort of distraction from the deep work that you want to do, from the deep and important work that you want to achieve. Whether it is social media, whether it is your friends, whether it is the environment, you have to be ruthless as far as distractions are concerned. One thing that top performers share in common is that they're extremely ruthless with their distractions. Once they design a task and define a task, they achieve that task with 0% of distraction and are fully into achieving that. They are highly attentive into achieving that goal. The important lesson that needs to be learned is that any sort of distraction will erode into your productivity, and distractions can come into two forms. Either they can be device specific or they can be environmental specific. Device specific distractions can be dealt by putting your mobiles and your devices into some other room, or maybe on an airplane mode, switch off the notifications, switch off social media, switch off everything that is there on your mobile, and just keep it somewhere else, so that you single-mindedly focus on the most challenging task that you are trying to complete. Second type of distractions can be environmental specific. Environmental specific distractions can be your roommates, can be the atmosphere of your hostel, maybe your home where you want to study. If that doesn't give you an atmosphere, there is very less that you can do as far as changing that atmosphere is concerned. What you can do or opt is, instead of studying there, you can just opt for a library. Go into the library when you want to study and do your task. Go and join a reading room if you are at home, if your study is unable or you are unable to perform study and your deep work at home. You need to get a space for yourself where you can concentrate and put maximum of your effort for committing and concluding a set of tasks that you want to conclude. Remember, don't switch the tasks in between. Switching the tasks in between is a kind of distraction. It's a big hindrance to the single-minded focus that you require for achieving that task, and you may pay a heavy price for that. The final fundamental principle is track and adjust. Get a habit of tracking and getting objective with your own assessment. Your own assessment about yourself and the work that you have concluded, or the amount of hours that you may have put into deep work, may be subjective, but you need to get objective with that. And for that, you can use different tools for an objective assessment of your own self. Avoid any kind of subjective assessment. You can use screen time, you can use apps like Rescue Time, or maybe you can use on your phone screen time, and just check on to how much amount of time that you are spending on your screen. It gives you a complete list of the time that you have spent in the week or in a day on the productivity apps, on YouTube, on social media, and on different platforms that you are using. This will give you an exact objective data about how much amount of time that you are spending and on what. This will help you accommodate yourself and adjust to the objective realities that your data is showing to you as far as productivity is concerned. In the end, understand that productivity is basically a journey that you are taking for life. It is not an end destination or a goal where you want to achieve. It is a journey that you need to enjoy. So instead of panicking, take pleasure in the process. And the last bit that is extremely important for us to understand is that stop comparing yourself to others. People portray a very different self on social media, and this can in many ways be far away from the reality. Don't get carried away by such phenomena. The only person you have to compare yourself with is your own self. Just see where were you or what were you 2 months or 1 month before, and what were you and what are you 2 months after the process. Enjoy the journey. Journey is important, and keep a track of your productivity, and remember, it's a journey that needs to be enjoyed. Hope that this video has helped you, and hope to see you with some refreshing ideas in the upcoming videos. Do subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell icon so that you are notified whenever we come up with a new idea. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much.